All right, very well done, Math 188 online students. I just want to let you know that I did open up some Canvas modules. That's not to rush you guys in terms of getting your review done. You still have until this Friday to work your way towards the review test and get that completed. But as I shared with you guys during our Zoom meeting, that some of your classmates are a little bit ahead, and I would like to make sure they'll be sitting idle, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and open up the Canvas lesson modules so that some of your classmates can get started. The first one's not due until next Monday, so you definitely have some time. But in this video, what I like to do is kind of walk you through a Canvas module, what the dynamics will be, what you should be doing to complete each one. And so with that, let me go ahead and share my screen. And currently what you're looking at is our home screen, right? And then when you're ready to go do modules, you're going to go press the module button over to the left. And there's the practice college algebra review that you guys are currently working on, right? Some of you, again, have finished. And then right below it, right, there's our first lesson module, section 1.1, angle basics. If you scroll down, right, there's section 1.2, angle relationships and similar triangles, section 1.3, trigonometric functions, all the way up to 2.2. It's basically 2 weeks worth. I'll open up more as we go. But the first thing I want to point out is you look at the module. Each module has pretty much the same layout. That is that there's a heading. Keep in mind, I'm still referencing the textbook. So, don't fear. I'm eventually going to shoot some new videos and reorganize some things. But section 1.1 is all about angle basics, right? And then there's an overview page for you to read. There's, in this case, 3 pages of videos for you to watch. There's a discussion board. There's an assignment page to upload your notes. And then there's an assignment page to upload your quiz and your homework for grading in the Canvas Speed Grader. So if you go down to the next module, 1.2, you'll notice that the same rhythm is happening, right? There's a heading, right? Section 1.2 is about angle relationships and similar triangles. There's an overview page for you to read. There's, in this case, 3 pages of videos. There's a discussion board again for you to ask questions, an assignment page for you to upload your guided notes, an assignment page for you to upload your quizzes and your homework. So let me scroll a little bit more. So you'll notice that all these have pretty much that same flow, right? So I'm hoping that just is a good thing, right? That way you just kind of get used to that established pattern. So when you want to get ready to start a module, right, you're going to find the module you want to start. And the first thing you want to do is hit the overview page. When you hit the overview page, there's the video you're kind of walking through, watching. The first thing you're going to note on the overview page is there's a list of what I call lesson objectives. So in this lesson, we're going to learn about and define angles. We're going to learn about many different types of angles, how to measure angles, what it means to be in standard position, right? What are complement, supplements, coterminal, and quadrantal angles, and then so much more, right? So there's a lot of definition in this one. And so there's basically what you should be learning. When you want to get the notes, there's a link to the notes. So you'll just upload them like you did your, or download them like you did your practice assignment a while ago. And you'll notice that there's all the notes. So there's lots of definitions, a lot of terminology. I am talking about standard position and different types of angles and how to measure them. And then there's basically a bunch of practice problems where we use the definitions to basically do all this angle basic material. All right, so that's basically the guide, if you would, for your notes. At this time, just like your practice assignment, some of you have the ability to print those out so that you can write on them. Some of you have the technology to actually upload them to your iPad or your Surface Pro, and then you can use your stylus to write on them. And then some of you are probably old school where you still need a good old paper pencil. If you're going to be old school, all I ask that you do is match the flow of the notes that you see here page by page. That way, when I check them and grade them, I can find what I'm looking for, because if I can't find them, I'm going to start taking points away. So that's all I ask if you do it by paper pencil, is just to follow the flow, make sure you're numbering things so that I can find things and give you your full 5 points. So once you figured out what you want to do with the notes, your next item of business, oops, sorry about that, is to hit the next button. And there's the videos. All right. So I'm going through all those definitions, right? What is an angle? How do we measure it? What does it mean to be in standard position? What you're doing is just basically writing down and filling out the guided notes that I provided you. Next page, I'm now going through all the examples. I'm working with those definitions, right? Drawing things in standard position, measuring angles, finding complements, supplements, you name it. So I'm basically using the definitions, right, for you to see them in action. In this particular one, there's also a link to another YouTube video, another instructor who does, I think, a pretty good job of talking about degrees, minutes, and seconds, and how to use your technology, in this case, the TI-84, to work with those, because every once in a while they appear. I just want to make sure you're ready. And then if you press next, there's the discussion board. If there's something that needs more clarification, you're working on the section quiz and homework, and you need some more clarification, that's where you're going to find it. I'll also be posting answer keys there. With regard to the section quizzes and homework, since I'm treating it kind of like a quiz, I would ask you guys to please not ask any questions pertaining to the section quiz until everybody's finished. That way, everybody has the potential, right, to fill that quiz out the best way that they can. So again, I call it homework. I'm treating it like a quiz. So please refrain from discussing it and going over answers prior to the due date, right? Once the due date's done, have at it. If you press next, there's basically the page where you can upload your guided notes. Up at the top are all the information. It's basically due Monday, January 29th. It's worth 5 points. It's a file upload, so a PDF, JPEG, PNG, or the one of those types of files. And you have 3 attempts to get it right. If you do turn them in early enough, that'll give me an opportunity to give you feedback, and then you can fix what might be broken. Maybe they're out of order. Maybe you missed a problem. Maybe you missed a definition. I'll let you know. We'll give you an opportunity to correct it and turn it in by the deadline. So please make sure you're working ahead to allow that to happen. And then also you can earn. Just like the practice assignment, you're going to start assignment button. If you have it in your Google Drive, you can find your completed guided notes there. Perhaps you put the completed guided notes in your Canvas Studio, or maybe they're on a file somewhere on your computer, like the practice assignment. You'll upload the file, you'll choose the file, you'll go find where that's at. Again, I'm kind of pretending here, so just upload the file, right? If there's another file, you'll upload another file, all right? And you'll basically go that way, right? Choose the file, just like your practice assignment, okay? And then when you're ready to submit it, you press the submit assignment button. You'll get the confetti letting you know that it's uploaded in the Canvas Speed Grader. It looks like my internet's a little slow. And then that way I can grade it. You can see the submission details. You do have another attempt because, like I said, you have 3 attempts to get it right prior to the deadline. So hopefully that'll mimic very much what you saw in the practice assignment, with the exception you're actually watching videos and filling things out. Once you've got your notes all done and squared away, you should ERP with them. You should review them in detail. You should redo all the examples that I have, and then it's your turn to practice. There's a section quiz and homework. What you'll do is you'll upload it, right? Basically, in this case, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It looks like I have 12 problems that kind of summarize all the ideas that you should have learned through your guided notes. Treat this like a quiz, right? Do your best. And then when you, again, scan them and copy them, right? Again, these are also due Monday, January 29th. You only have 1 attempt to get it right, all right? And same thing, you start assignment, you upload the file wherever it might be, right? And let me just call it review 1, right? You submit the assignment, you get your confetti, and you're solid and you're ready to go. When I do grade your quizzes, I know you only have 1 attempt to get it right, so make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. It's only worth 3 points, so there is room for you to make some errors. Commonly what I do, like for example, you saw that there's 12 problems worth. Let's just imaginary said you only got 6 right. 6 divided by 12 is 50%. I multiply that 3, which gives us basically 1.5. I round up, I score you a 2. All right. So you have lots of room to make some errors. It is possible to make a couple of errors and still get a 3. You pretty much have to really tank it, or it's a disaster to get a 0 or a 1. And I intend that to be, because I know it's supposed to be practice as well. I just kind of want you guys to feel that quiz mode, if you would, so that you're ready for the midterms and the finals that come up. All right. And then what I would probably do, maybe even before you do the homework and quiz, I probably should have mentioned this. Before you do that section quiz and homework, perhaps, you should revisit the overview page, take a look at the learning objectives, right? And make sure that, yes, I know how to define an angle. Yes, I know what the different types of angles are. Yes, I know how to measure an angle. I do know what it means to be in standard position. I can find complements and supplements. I know it goes. So you can kind of almost gauge your readiness for that section quiz and homework by going through the learning objectives and saying, yeah, I've got it. I'm ready to do my section quiz homework and submit that. All right. So each module, you'll be submitting 2 things: the guided notes themselves, where you have 3 attempts to get your 5 points, get it right. And then you have the section quiz and homework. Please, again, refrain from talking about the section quizzes and homework on the discussion board. I promise that after the due date, I will post an answer key, and then you guys can use that as your guide to discuss things, or maybe you found an error on the answer key, whatever it might be. But that is pretty much how you do a Canvas lesson module in my course. If you have questions, please email me, throw it on a discussion board, come see me during a Zoom call to make sure that you have everything straight and in order, and that you are learning. That's the most important thing here. So enjoy your learning, enjoy the videos. Look forward to working with you guys throughout the semester. Again, for those who have not done the review test, make sure you can complete your review this week, get that done, and then start your Canvas modules. Waiting for deadlines is probably the wrong thing to do. You should always try to get yourself a little bit ahead. And so that's why I've opened them up so you can have that opportunity. Talk to you guys later.